The first level that we're going to be talking about is Azyr. It's actually the most important in my view because it represents everything that humanity is. It is everything that will contrast with the other levels of the game being battles against the machines. It is also the hub of the game and the central point of the game where you keep going back and getting your missions. So to that end, it's always a contrast point. Now I look after the look and the feel of each of these levels in the overall game. I've tried to pull in different elements that would be very much representative of being alive. Bouncing light, tapestries moving, plants moving, the place is alive. People are moving around. You do have a population that is moving around. You also have elements of using earth tones and, of course, nice warm palettes. All the different things that actually tie on a subconscious level the player into what is actually human.
Now, the lobby is a very large room in Azyr that connects to all the other rooms. Some of the art design that we went through and did on this is we had to make it look like a boat. Now, the reason we made it look like a boat, aside from the Viking aspect, is it's a vessel. It's the vessel that the gods are carrying humankind through the turmoil that they're experiencing.
Upon looking at using the longboat as a strong form to draw upon, we started using basically the boat hull and maybe a series of them, just overlaying the drawings over and over again until we came up with a aesthetic that we think looks very strong, looks very unique. Basically, it's a couple kilometers high, and it looks very aggressive. If you look at the profile of it, it almost looks like an animal that's guarding the string of Azyr. This is where the gods reside. They have a series of halls in Asgard, and this is where they come together for meetings, war planning, etc.
When you move into the feasting hall, which is the gathering of the Vikings, also a very pivotal point in mythology. Vikings used to sit around and tell stories and tell long tales of the battles.
Let's talk of battle. After all, that's our real reason to exist, isn't it?
We try to pull in the elements of fire. That's where they make their battle plans. Now, within that sense of history is, of course, the fact that it's all rooted in this ancient Viking mythology. To that end, we also wanted to put in elements like the World Tree, which is very much a pivotal point of Viking mythology. The World Tree, in our case, is actually representative in the shrine, and we tried to work in an elemental theme of water in that particular room.
Now, the World Tree is the main connection to C3 to human. Now, C3 is the cybernetic world, and this is the only place from Azyr that you can visit C3 by visiting the main well. So by entering the well, you can go to C3, and it is just the main connection between this world and the cybernetic world.
We also have elements of Heimdall's office, for example. But the elemental theme for that was actually just air. And the fact that this is a floating in what visually once was the Viking world that they're now, looking back in history as representative. The earth element is the final element that is actually represented in Azyr, and that, of course, is shown in the prison level. Everything is rock and stone, and these are just basic things that help actually show, where you are in Azyr. But on a higher level, all these elements, earth, water, fire, they're all representative of what it is in our world, what it represents to be, the human world that we all know, that is completely foreign to this dead, frozen planet that you're constantly battling machines